Welcome back. Oh, let me scooch. There you go. Welcome back to the show, to the ongoing show. Testing out my mic as well while I'm singing to you guys. Is this working? Don't mind him. I got a great topic today. I'm fired up about it because I just got done talking about it already, but with a friend, and I'm just raring. So, how do you know you're holding on to something in your life that's holding you back? How do you know when to cut the dead weight off? Okay, so I'm just going to do a little story time, personal story time, which I think will also help me elaborate my point because I need to go back into my memories to access this. At first, it's very easy to know what you need to cut out to grow authentically, okay? At first, it's easy. Here's the example. Story time. Alcohol. I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. Cigarette smoker. These are very, obvious habits that need to go, right? Anyone can agree with that. Everyone would be yeah, that's gotta go. So, at first, in the beginning of the journey, kind of easy to know that what I need to let go of. So I did that. I quit the drugs. I quit alcohol. I started slowing down on cigarettes, whatever. Okay, it took me a while for the cigarette one. But I remember right after quitting drugs and alcohol, especially the drugs, because drugs came after the alcohol, I was not doing well. At all. And when you do all this researching and learning about the law of attraction and, manifesting your life and the self-growth journey and just all of the aspects of it, you're so I let go to grow, right? I let go. Why am I not growing? Because here's the second step. Because it's not just about those obvious things. That helps you move into a slightly better direction. It gave me more mental clarity. It made me recognize and realize what I wanted out of my future, which is crazy that I never thought of that before. Because you don't think of a future when you're a drug addict. The only thing you're thinking about is that next hit. You're not thinking about 5 years from now. You're how could I do that? How could I even do that? I can't even think past 5 minutes because I'm withdrawing. So, it did give me allocated a space for recognition of further growth. So external attachments like bad habits, get rid of them right away. It buys you clarity. It doesn't immediately project you onto this attract everything you deserve in life, because that's not the only thing that's been holding you back. The next step is then I realized my lack of emotional regulation, my attachment to my disorder, I guess. I wouldn't want to call it a disorder, but my attachment to what I thought was me, my emotional irregularity, feeling so deeply and literally just embodying that emotion of fear and anxiety and everything right there in that moment. And I had to let go of that too. That's a thing you can let go of. I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to let go of that. So yeah, you can do it when it comes to emotions as well. How let go of a way of thinking. I'm going to let go of that. That way of thinking doesn't support me. It's poison. It's toxifying my blood. This isn't good for me either. So once you get rid of the obvious ones like cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, then you realize, crap, there's been more in my environment poisoning me than I had the space to see. You don't have the space to see it yet because you got the obvious ones, right? Oh, well, cigarettes, yeah, but it's my vice, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just brush it off. And that ends up suppressing and kind of covering up a bunch of other stuff that we need to do. And that's why when we talk about recovery, like the outside of addiction, it's called the recovery journey, because you need to recover. That's how you build a life that's worth living, that you don't fall back into addiction with, because you need to recover from everything that addiction brought you to become. The way you think, the way you act, the way you treat others, everything has to now change and be recovered. You gotta build a life you don't want to escape from. So, because that's what causes you to fall into external attachments, like drugs and alcohol. I'm losing my point because I just remembered I told my friend I'd give them a call back. And then I jumped on doing this. So, if you're watching, friendy, I'll be done in a minute. Alright, so my point is, though, how to recognize what's holding you back. Okay, back to personal story. So, right, they're obvious ones: cigarettes, liquor, got rid of that. Then the next thing my intuition showed me was the people in my life. And that was hard. That was hard because I didn't have any other people. And it was like, you see these like 1 to 2 people in your life, yeah, you gotta get rid of them. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I was just like trying to get a handle of my depression and anxiety. I'm like working on that. And now you want me to be alone and isolated? And that was a hard thing for me to accept. So I didn't do that one right away. I didn't. I was like, no, it's gotta be something else. It's gotta be something different. It can't be people, because people can change, and people can change into somebody who can support me. Anyway, so I did a bunch of other stuff. I started doing a bunch of other things. Hobbies, experiences, creating, building a business. Like, let me just like do a bunch of other stuff, which is great, right? However, all of the things that I started could only make it, like, so far. Like, they couldn't really, like, fully actualize and become the fullest potential that they could be. And once again, I'm blaming self. I'm blaming my depression thing and my PTSD disorder diagnosis. I'm like, man, like, if I didn't, like, my brain wasn't like this, like, just all the things, all the self-deprecating things, because it must be my fault, right? Because I'm working so hard doing what's good for me, and it's still not working out, so maybe something's wrong with me, right? And then I cut those people out. It was on accident. It wasn't really on purpose. It was the slow realization that it was poisoning me, right? Still didn't make the connection between my projects and said peopling, right? Upon cutting these people out, my life changed drastically. In so many ways. Yet, it still appeared to be like struggle, because change often comes like that when you're in that kind of a position to begin with. So once again, I was like, I'm doing all the right things and I'm still suffering. But I wasn't. I was dismantling the tower I built on top of an unstable infrastructure. And that's going to cause some debris to kind of like get a little chaotic. So popped on my Moldavite and I was like, let's just transmute this change quicker. I then realized over time that the reason you cannot fulfill your purpose, your tasks, your potential of whatever creative idea that you have, it is because not cutting that person out. Let me tell you why. Because now I see it. Now I see why. If you talk to somebody and right after you're done talking to them, you're like pissed or annoyed or any emotion that's not happy and like fulfilled and excited, like how I feel right now after having the phone call with my friend. Like, I had a phone call earlier, it was great. Then here's why. So right. this happens with this person. It causes you to feel distress and dis-ease. Disease is really dis-ease. You're not at ease. When you're not at ease, your nervous system is diseased, dis-eased. When you are in dis-ease, you are not in higher vibrational states, that of happiness, bliss, joy, laughter. You're just not, right? You're not. You're annoyed. So you have to then transmute the emotion of annoyed, frustrated, let down, unfulfilled. You have to get rid of all that now. So that simple interaction with this person, it's innocent. They don't know what they're doing. They're just talking. But it's just not sitting right with you. And then you hang up your call, or you don't hang out, you leave your friend afterwards, and you're in a lower vibrational state than when you began it. That's all you need to know about cutting people out. I know that's a hard truth to accept, but that person can be the nicest, the kindest, they can be unaware of what they're doing, all of the things. It doesn't matter. They have to go. So if you get wrapped up in trying to look for red flags, which I'm sure you could find some, what I'm saying is you don't even need to get wrapped up in all that. You don't need to get calculated and be like, all right, with that, and let me try and balance the justice scales here, because I'm trying to validate and support them, but whatever, every time they say anything, I'm just getting pissed off. No, that person's just not meant for you. You guys are just not on the same journey right now. Or maybe you are, but you're a little ahead, or they're ahead, or whatever look, it's all about your emotions. We talked about emotions yesterday. Emotions equal energy in motion. So you're constantly in energetic motion all the time. So that means when your mood, your emotion fluctuates and it's harbored in yourself for too long, it then becomes your vibrational output, and that is then what you call into your life via the law of attraction. So I'm not sure how long it takes for you to hold on to emotion before it turns into your vibrational state. I don't know, because once I start to feel that, that's my main priority. Drop everything. We need to fix this, because I'm not trying to attract low vibrational shit into my life just because somebody pissed me off. I need to transmute this energy and move on, right? Because I need to remain in my highest vibrational state to attract the life that I'm trying to create. So that goes to say, are you a busy person? I know I am. I'm busy as shit. Why? Because I have a routine and a schedule that's based around self-care. So, I'm busy. I'm busy taking care of myself if I'm not working. I'm busy. So, I don't really have a lot of time to go take time out of my day to transmute unfavorable emotions or to understand them and let them go about a person that's not adding anything into my life. If you're not adding any type of goodness to my life, even if that's teaching me something, or just being a good friend, or just supplying wisdom, or whatever, if you're not supplying anything additional that I already supply myself with, and then you have something additional you want to bring, that's great. But if you're going to take away from what I've already supplied myself, you need to go immediately. And that's with love and with respect. You need to go, because I cannot afford to sit in those emotions. And also, sometimes all emotions are messages, right? So if this message is saying this is annoying, Why am I paying for it? Why am I paying for it? Why am I taking it into my own energetic pockets and putting my energy on the table and just giving it to you? There you go. Go ahead, have it. No big. It's not like I have to cultivate that or anything. It's not like I don't have to have a strict routine and lifestyle to balance that or anything. Just take it. Go ahead. Insult me. Condescend me. Go ahead. Try to teach me something I already know. Go ahead. And I'm going to put on a mask and let you think you're doing a good job because you need it. Yeah. No. We're not doing that anymore. 2025, we're not doing that anymore. If somebody's not supplying you with anything, if it's not exciting you, if it's not interesting, if it's not engaging, if it's not wisdom, something you can learn from, if it's not any of these positive qualities, why are you sitting there? Why are you sitting there? Why are you letting these people talk to you? Because it's about the bigger picture. It's the bigger picture. You might think you're doing them a justice. You know, like, oh, maybe they will just find someone else to black hole. Don't worry. Like, yes, you are special. That's why they hooked into you. But what makes you special is the fact that you keep allowing it. So to them, you've become a special person. But are you special person to them? Or are you just trash can receptacle for all their shit? Right? So know you're special without needing that validation from anyone else. Know that you're special. Know that you're so valuable that this person's wasting your valuable time right now. And that's what I mean, like, because then I also preach this a lot. I talk about if you have the time, take your time. And if you don't, make the time. That's for stuff that fulfills and symbiotically exchanges with you. I'm not talking about, then make the time for a friendship that doesn't fulfill you. Because of what? Obligation? Just because you've known them for so long or whatever. I'm not sure why we get that. We do that. I'm not sure. Maybe we believe it's beyond us. It's outside of us. It's their problem, so it can't be mine. No, it's your problem. You hang out with a dog with fleas. Who's next getting fleas? You are. So that's the same thing with energy transference and your law of attraction. Anything. You hang out with it long enough, you're gonna vibrate at that frequency and you're gonna attract similar things into your life. Also, if it's not making you happy, excited, or fulfilled, or full of love, do you have time for that? Like, I don't. Like, oh, you want to make it weird? Okay, I'm gone. I'm not even going to argue with you to get you to realize why you're making this uncomfortable. I don't care enough. The only people that I care enough about doing that with are the people closest to me because I value them. And they do at some point, they do symbiotically exchange with me in some way. They do add to my life in some way. So if they step on a boundary or they accidentally hurt my feelings or whatever the case may be, I will take that time out of my day because they are valuable to my lifestyle. They are a valuable person in my life. That doesn't mean that you can't unconditionally love all. You can. Does that mean you need to hang out with all of them? No. You can love from afar. You see them out in public. Hey, I hope you're doing great. Like, I wish you nothing but health, healing, and goodness. I really do. However, if my mood and my nervous system feels a type of way around you that I don't believe I want to afford, then I'm going to walk away. And I don't understand why in this culture that's such a shock. Like, no, ride or die. I am not ride or dying for somebody who's driving off the cliff. Well, I guess as long as we're together. No. Be alone. Be alone. It's like the difference between literally getting in the passenger seat of somebody flooring it, going 120 miles an hour at the edge of a cliff. But like, I've known them forever. Like, and it's not just you be getting annoyed. It's literally creating your life. What you are in connection with is creating your life. Every tentacle of what you do creates your life. So you are the sun. But you are a solar system as well, right? You are the sun, and all these planets belong to your solar system. And all of those planets need to be in balance and rotating with the sun. All those planets are the other things in your life that you focus on that have value and worth to you, that you nurture, you love, you heal, you grow upon. If any of those planets receives less attention than it desires, than it needs, that planet will begin to suffer. Everything needs your attention that's going on in your own life right now. And anytime you let a black hole into your solar system, you are going to lose a planet, some stars maybe. You're losing stuff. You're losing stuff. And the longer you allow that black hole to remain in your solar system, it will intensify, it'll gain power, gain gravitational pull, and before you know it, you got no planets left. It's just you and that black hole. It's not very balanced, is it? And also, where's your life now? Where are your goals, your dreams, your desires, your creativity, your friend groups, your, maybe you don't even have a friend group because you got a black hole. You can't even, because also, people might not know that you have this black hole in your solar system, but you wear it. It's a part of you because you're struggling because of it. You might not know right away, but you'll feel it and you'll be like, what is this? What is this? It's the black hole. Just sucking up your planets one at a time. Before you got nothing but a codependent narcissistic relationship. Okay, that was too far, but you never know. Sometimes they do go like that. Sometimes they're very innocent and they don't know they're being a black hole and they just like the validation of their own existence from you. But like, that's a mirror. Go buy a mirror. Go get them a Target gift card for a mirror. Hey, we can't be friends anymore, but like, would you here, I got you this Target gift card so you could buy yourself a mirror and you could just talk to yourself in the mirror instead of draining my energy. Nice. Have a great day. Especially when it comes to romantic relationships. I am so, gotta watch it. If someone's not mirroring your own growth, you know, like if your partnership, that's give and take usually ends up with you guys going up. But if you keep trying to go up and this person's just kind of staying here and then you plateau, why do you think you're plateauing? Because you got a ball and chain. This is also like when it comes to like your routine too. Okay, why here? As a entrepreneur, someone who works from my home, as somebody who only makes money if they like make work at it, you know what I mean? Like I can't just show up, get paid no matter what mood I am in and go home. So as somebody who has this freedom of being at home is also another grass is greener situation because the job you get outside of your home creates a self-care structure for you. Maybe you don't have to transmute your mood as much, but you still should because of that overall big picture of the law of attraction. But that's like a different thing. You're still going to have You're still going to get paid no matter what. You're going to show up, blah, blah, blah. And then it creates a structure for your day. I got to get up here because blah, 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 blah. So as somebody who works from home, I have to create that structure myself, because you might think, well, why? Just do whatever you want. I tried that. I really did. I thought that was a thing you could do. Just work when an order comes in. Just pack the order when it shows up, right? Just coach somebody when it's time for their session. But that's not, it's actually, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, you have to still, it doesn't work like that. You still have to cultivate your day to being balanced and in alignment with your future goals. So you still need to fill that time from 9 to 5 or whatever you want for your workday. You still need to fill that time with purposeful, meaningful things that align with that future goal. So I think I brought this up because I expressed this to my friend. This is why I believe in the law of attraction. Because it wasn't until becoming an entrepreneur and seeing the two differences in myself of like, I don't really, entrepreneur life, yeah, it's great. I don't have school rules. I don't have schedules. I just do whatever I want. But my business didn't do well. Now we're on this side of the hand, and now I'm keeping a structure and a schedule, and I'm keeping my mood regulated at a certain, my vibrational frequency at a certain vibrational frequency, because I'm in alignment for a chunk of the day with what my goal is. Then orders come. Then I get a new client or something of that nature, right? Or then like another opportunity presents itself. So that's what proved to me the law of attraction does exist, and also alignment exists. Because as much as it's nice to be able to be like, oh, I don't need to work, when you think about it, like, yeah, I need the money, but like, no one's gonna fire me if I don't show up today. Let me go sit out by the creek. In some capacity that could align with you. But stillness is the act of gaining what you need to know, and then the movement moves you towards the manifestation of the intention of what you figured out when you sat in stillness. That being said, if it's that quick and easy for the success, like the alignment to become off by not having a self-structure and routine, that's how I get knocked out of my alignment and my law of attraction manifestation mode, as you would say. Yeah. It hinders everything in my life. I can see it much more clear. Right. So I can see it so much more clearly. So that's what makes me so serious about what I'm talking about when you need to cut stuff out of your life. Because if one thing is bothering me, it snowballs and affects my business. Because that's the law of attraction. That's manifestation. So it's cut and dry. So for me, it's a lot easier to kind of pick it out, because I literally can't afford it. Because it's connected to the success of my abundance, my money-making abilities, my money attraction abilities. By the way, I'm working on healing. I didn't know I had an issue with money, but apparently I did, and I'm working on it. So every morning, I'm retraining my brain into accepting that I am abundant. I'm a money magnet. I am attraction for money. Money finds me easily. My business is successful. I'm successful. I'm good at what I do. Blah 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 blah. Right? I'm retraining my brain to believe these concepts. That's another thing. Now what? Enter some dead weight. Now, like, I don't have time. Do you have time? Do you have goals? Do you have any kind of dream or goal? Any of it? You do, right? Okay, cool. You can't do that if someone's pissing you off all the time. You just can't. Vibrational frequency is everything. It's everything. I know it sounds ruthless. I do. I do know that. But here's the thing. Are we not all adults? Capable adults, right? The only people we should be really worrying about abandoning are the children. All right? They're the children. Even teenagers, college-age kids, they need our support, okay? But people who've been living life just how you've been living life, they can do these things. They can figure these things out. You're allowed to plant seeds and walk away, but they need to make the call and set up an appointment for whatever it is that they need to do. If that makes sense. Because we're adults. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? I catch myself doing it too sometimes, but lately I'm just like ruthless about it. Ever since Aries season, man, I'm just like, no, I cannot keep... None of us can keep entertaining the lack of ambition of others, the lack of consistency of others, the lack of growth of others. We cannot keep accepting it and supporting it. And we do accept and support it by maintaining that friendship even though we hate it. Or even though that friendship never pours back into us, but we feel this obligation, Be ruthless. Don't be a dick about it. You don't really need to be all doing that. Don't hurt people about it. Just simmer away. Cut those cords, those energetic cords. Because watch, right when you do, your life is going to skyrocket. Because I really thought it was just about the drugs and the alcohol and those external attachments, the scene, the physical attachments, that I was like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. But when it came to people, I was like, but I thought we're supposed to all help each other heal. Yeah, you are, but if someone who's committed to misunderstanding you or committed to not helping themselves or committed to being a victim, they need therapy. They need life coaching. Like they need professional help because here's another reason why. Because if somebody doesn't make a monetary investment in themselves for change, they're not going to change. They could ask you and say they want that change. They could say that, but they're not investing in some way by being a good friend or being a good partner or paying for it, some sort of investment in themselves. Then they're not ready for change. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. If he shows up with his own glass, we know he's ready, right? Because he invested in it. Okay, that was a weird analogy because what is he going to hold it with his hooves? My cap. Okay. Funny. Yeah. So you're wasting your time. And I'm sorry to say that. You're not even really wasting your time. You're wasting your energy because it takes time to fix your energy after that encounter. And we just don't have that. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't take long to embody an emotion. And once that embodiment happens, you are vibrating at it. And stuff is already trying to find you. I'm a big fan of the timeout. Big fan. I start to feel unfavorable emotions, some emotions that are giving me messages that my external environment is not well. Something is not well with it. I go away. I get out of it. I change the environment. I sit with it. I first let the emotions kind of like simmer down, and then we ask, why did that come up? Why did that make me so mad? Why did that piss me off as much as it did? What's going on? Maybe it's a thing I need to look at. Maybe it's a self-reflection. And that's why we need to take these times to take space. Because what if that person's just triggering you into a healing moment you didn't recognize? So you need to go take that time and make sure that the emotions that are being stirred up in you are being translated without that trauma filter or that or a different kind of filter that's reading it wrong. So I'm a big fan of the pause. I'm a big fan of taking your time to go and figure that out and then come back and address. But you do need to sit and really think about whatever it is, a thing, a person, a situation, an environment. How is it adding to your life? How is it adding to your life in a positive way that's going to help you reach your goals? It's going to help add to that solar system. It's going to help balance and maintain that solar system of blessings. That's how serious you need to get with everything you do. How does this helping me reach my goals? And if it's not, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't hang out with that person. This is authentic alignment too. This is all the same topic that we've kind of been talking about. It's the same thing. So yeah. It's tough. Because we all think we know what we want, right? I thought I did. And I built that life. And it crumbled. So now I'm building a life that I need. Based off of who I am authentically. And this life is so much more peaceful inside my chest than any other life I could have thought I wanted. So it does take a level of surrendering what you think is good for you. Because you don't know yourself that well yet. And that's okay. It's okay. You're constantly evolving and growing. 10 years from now, what you want now it might change. Or what is authentically aligning with you now, that might change too as you evolve. And that's perfect. That's beautiful. I love that. That is awesome. But as long as you keep checking back in and realigning with that authentic nature, you will always keep cultivating a life that's going to support your authentic nature. But it will stop supporting your authentic nature the second you allow something that doesn't align with your authentic nature. Immediately. Big pause button. So the play button gets hit again whenever you decide to cut out what's not aligning with who you are authentically. That's another personal story. Like, I know that from personal experience. Like, I'm not just sitting here just spouting stuff I learned, like, on the internet. Like, I just, like, lived this. And I feel so confident telling people about this now because I put it into practice and it has revolutionized my life. My mentality, my nervous system, my relationships. It's radical. It really is. But you really got to do the tough stuff. What's not in alignment? What's not in alignment? Get rid of it. What's bothering you? What's distracting you? What's taking up your time? What's changing your vibrational frequency to a low vibrational frequency? What are the energetic debris and attachments all up in your aura blocking out your shine? They can't see you. Your blessings can't find you because you're dim. You're dim because of all the clay you packed on top of your aura, which is that of energetic debris. Things that do not align with you. Things that are not meant for you. They're debris. You know, like, I wouldn't even be offended if someone cut me out because of that. First of all, I wouldn't know. Because the second somebody kind of, like, energetically cuts me off, I feel it immediately. And I'm like, fine. I'm like, okay, do you. I'm proud. Good for you. Like, that's awesome. I don't think about it. I'm sorry. I'm already moving on because we got life to live and we only get one. And I'm not going to sit here crying over spilt milk that doesn't pertain to anything that I do in my life. So okay, this is making me think of this then. I guess what really matters the most if you're unsure is you need to sit down and write down all your dreams or the things that excite you that you'd like to try in life, okay? Write them down. Then imagine doing all those things because you can. You can accomplish anything you want. You're allowed. It's amazing. Now, visualize here the actions needed and the lifestyle needed to maintain and balance what you're visualizing. Now, add in the things in your life that drain you. Put them both in your mind's eye. Your goals, your excitements, your passions, your desires, and then put in that stuff that you're unsure about whether or not you have to let go. Just pop it there with that vision. If you can see both of them working out together, then then fine. Then that's not the thing that needs to get cut out. Try another thing in that place. Because, okay, this is going to sound, don't laugh at me, okay? Because sometimes it's not obvious. But when I was in the heat of my addiction, my drug addiction, I did this practice. Yeah, it was crazy because I never visualized my future before ever. And all of a sudden it started flooding all these creative ideas and like this excitement for living. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could do so much. I could do so much. So I visualized it all and I saw it all in my head. I saw my future. That's beautiful. But then I added in the lifestyle, the way I already live. And that dream, everything, that beautiful future I just visualized, disappeared. Immediately. Oh, I'm getting chills. And I kind of want to cry. Hold on. It immediately went away. Trust this. Trust it. It's here for you. It's here to help you. I could not conceptualize moving to another state and starting this beautiful future that I had in my mind, still addicted to meth. Ew, I hate that I just like admitted that, but whatever. I was addicted to methamphetamines because I was so scared to sleep because of my PTSD. Not an excuse. Whatever. We're on the journey. We're on the healing journey. But yeah, it was hard. I didn't think like that before. So when I did that practice, I put those two things in my mind's eye and I saw the one eradicate the other. The beauty that I had. It crushed me. And then that's when I realized I need to radicalize my entire life. My whole lifestyle. Not just the fact that I am addicted to drugs. Because, yeah, you ain't moving to another state if you don't got a dealer up there. Like, there's like a slew of things and reasons why that would have held me back. Other than the fact that it's freaking bad for me and would eventually kill me. Like, so do that. Like, and now I do it with other things too. Like I'll visualize, let's say I've got a goal of a beautiful friend group, right? Because this is something that my boyfriend and I have been trying to manifest individually in our lives after a couple years of being together. We're like really enjoying the people we've become being together. We've helped each other grow a lot, and we feel like we're ready to share that with friends. And we also feel ready to kind of take on the responsibility that is sussing out different people for those friends, because we take our piece very seriously. So we started this like intention of these friends and friend group before they even existed. Now, while doing that, I have to visualize all these cool things that I'd want to do with this potential friend group, right? I want to like visualize all that. And then you picture yourself having fun and enjoying that scenario with that friend group. Now, let's say you meet a new person and you're not 100% sure if they're good for that dream or not. You pop that manifestation you pop that dream back into your mind, and then you add that person you just met and the entire experience you just had of talking with them, getting to know them, everything. Look at everything. This is where that mindfulness observation comes in. Just observe everything. And then try and put them in that visualization of that future manifestation. Do you see them doing that? Do you see them dressing up for Ren Fair and running around in ye old English? You don't? Then they're not your friend. It's fine. Get rid of them. They could be great. But maybe they just like festivals and you're not a festival goer. Ren Fair is different. I'm a Ren Fair versus like a weekend festival. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So maybe some people, they'd rather be like, you know, Red Rocks or whatever. I don't even like know the names of these places, these festivals, but like maybe they'd rather do that, or like Warped Tour, or like they want to go follow their band around the country, like whatever. Does that make them less cool or less valuable of a person, or does that make them bad or a devil or whatever? No, it really doesn't. They could be a great person and still not align with your future goals and your future manifestations, right? If I meet a new person And I automatically feel, because if I meet a new person and I automatically feel like they wouldn't accept me in my bare onesie zip up outfit, because I do that. Like sometimes, like my friends will be over and I'll just be in my bear suit because it's cold or whatever. No, there is no excuse. I just like being in a bear suit, okay? I like embodying animals sometimes. All the time. Jeez, we're really divulging today. But whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to sacrifice my enjoyment of being in the bear suit because I feel like this new person I met might think it's weird or might feel uncomfortable around me like that. Yeah, no, they don't need to be around me. I'm not going to change who I am, you know? So, okay, one last thing before I go. This time when I was in the heat of my addiction, my dealer came by with this dude who just came out of like prison. And man, the sadness I felt on him was crushing. But also intimidating because, well, not the sadness. He just looked very intimidating. You know, like little teardrop tattoo, face tats, like real stern looking dude, right? And so he comes in and I'm like, oh, my dealer knows me. He knows I'm a weirdo. He knows I have 1,000 stuffed animals and like I dress like animals sometimes. He knows that. But like this dude doesn't. And for some reason I immediately just felt really like self-conscious. Like it just felt like, I don't know. I don't know. Right? Like why? The dude just got out of prison and I'm worrying about what he thinks of me. That's insane. But yeah, so he sat down and like 1,000 stuffed animals like fell on him because like that was my life. And I was like, I am so sorry. Like, just move them. They're not a big deal. It's nothing, blah, blah, blah. He looked at me so intimidatingly. He was like pissed at me. And I was like, what? What? And he goes, if these are what makes you happy, if this is what makes you happy, who gives a shit? Why are you acting like they're no big deal? Why are you acting like it's a problem or a chore? Like, embrace that. Be confident about it. That's your shit. And he like is holding one now. He's like, yeah, this is your thing. Like, and I'm like, and that changed the trajectory of my life. It did. Because that terrified me. I've never had someone talk to me like that, sternly like that, since, like, I lived at home. And he was mad. Because... And then we got talking more, and, like... He was so sad. And he said to me, he goes... Sorry, excuse me. He goes, how can I control my environment? Because every time I'm anywhere, my environment is completely out of control. And it drives me into this fear, this anxiety, and like, then I react and I do something that causes me to get in trouble. I don't know why this isn't, I have never gotten so emotional about this story before. I don't know. I'm thinking about this guy so much. I hope he's doing well. And I said to him, I was like, there's nothing you could do to change your environment, to control your environment. But you can control what's in your environment. You can control who you let in your environment. Maybe that's why, because the whole conversation is full circling about cutting people out. And like, that's what he needed to do. He needed to cut these people out because they were black holes in his potential. And he couldn't see it because he's just thinking it's a him problem. Because it's always happening to him. Sorry. I felt like that too before. I'm sure we've all felt like that before. And that's why it's so important. Don't sacrifice yourself. We don't have time. We don't have time. Because the more you get sad and the more you get overwhelmed and the more that you feel unfulfilled by the people around you or the chaos that they keep getting you into, it's just wasting your life. This beautiful creation that you could be doing. That's why I'm so serious about it. Because, like, we don't deserve this anymore. If he wants to get out of that lifestyle, he should be able to. He deserves to. And we gotta learn what to cut out of our environments. For sure. Because we deserve to live. We deserve to thrive. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to attract the life we deserve. After all the pain and the sorrow and the traumas that we've been through. Isn't it enough? Isn't it enough? You don't got more to give to entertain others with a mask. You've given enough. You've given enough. We're just done. We're done. Okay? Get on board with me, guys. Let's change our environment. We can't control our environment, but we can change what's inside of our environment. We can. We can. Trust me. There's some environments I felt like I could never get it, or I would never be able to escape. And I did. No money, no means, no support, and I did it. Don't pat me on the back for that. It wasn't like, woohoo, it fucking sucked. But my point is, you can do it. It's possible. Strap the Moldavite on and let's get ready for transformation. Let's freaking cut out everything in your life that makes you sad. Anything that makes you upset. Cut it out. I want to see you happy and thriving. Anything that distracts you from your own care. Cut it out. Because you deserve so much more. And you cannot attract what you deserve when the space for it is taken up by debris. There's no landing strip. That's also in the Bible. Prepare the way. Prepare the highway in the desert for God to land your blessings upon. You gotta prepare the highway though, bro. Get the debris. Take out the trash. It's time. Okay? Make the space. Alright. That's all I have for today. Oh, the emotional one. I can't believe that. I think about that story a lot. But it wasn't until talking about the whole thing that brought us to that story that made me really feel that so much deeper than I felt before. Because before I felt it for me and then a little bit for him, but now I'm feeling that, him and that whole story, that whole challenge he was going through. Because I'm a different place in my healing journey. At first, it was me healing with what he had said, and now being able to help him in that way. And I don't know if it helped. I hope it did. I hope, because that conversation inspired me to start doing that. Because I saw what his life has become. And now I'm seeing that story, that interaction with that stranger that I've never seen again, changed my life. Changed my life. Yeah, we got to be open to new things, new experiences, new wisdoms from different people. Cut out what's not serving you, please. Okay. I'm going to go outside for a little bit. Breathe some fresh air. It's a beautiful spring day. I love you guys. Thanks for coming on this journey. We'll do it forever if need be. Until I run out of stuff to say. Have a good day, guys.